Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. During our break, a great discovery was made. Sean, what is our great discovery? No, Nick, what is our great discovery?
So I had a scroll of shatter. So when I said I had an ace on my sleeve, that's what I meant. But then I checked the spell, and it didn't sound like it would work. But then specifically under these gargoyles, it would have basically instantly killed it. I'm carrying it around for 2 years.
2 years.
Carried it for 2 years. You've had the scroll for the longest time. It's like the perfect scroll for this situation. It's the exact thing we needed to kill these gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I even thought like this is it, and then I should have just trusted my instinct.
All right. Well,
I just imagined you reading the spell and being like, "Shatter." Oh no, it says here it only works on creatures with 10 pounds per level of the caster. So unfortunately.
It's all right. It's all right. The two of you are alive and awake in this treasure room. There is a door at the end of the treasure room, however. But let me describe what's in here for you before we think about doors and things.
Yeah.
First off, there are a lot of books. There's maybe 20 or so books, and a lot of them are fat, thick tomes. And then on one section, there is a shelf with like a glass window put over in front of it that has a series of books all in like the same sort of leather binding with silver writing down the sides, and there are 9 like rows in these shelves. The bottom row has the most books, followed by the second and third rows are about the same. The fourth row has a little less and a little less, all the way down until the very top row has but one book in it.
Can't touch them, they're behind glass.
They're behind glass. Actually, probably the top 3 rows each only have one book. Yeah.
Is it just Lusa and Malachi still? Everyone else? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Right.
Can I read the titles of the books?
Yes. Which row would you like to read?
The top row.
All right. You got to stand on your tippy toes to be able to see this. And this says Falstaff's Spells, Volume 9, Part 1.
Wow. So I check them all. Is this like his entire spell book?
Yes. The bottom row is Volume 1, Parts 1 through whatever. The second row is so forth and so on.
Wow. So is there a way to get to it without smashing the glass?
Well, there's other things in the room too. Why don't we take a look around before we start breaking things?
I wasn't going to break it, but yeah, okay.
There are... there is another shelf against a different wall that just has potions, like 20 potions on it, as well as a book at the bottom of it on a small dais on like a little stand that looks like a little book podium stand, which has I'll get the name of the book in a little bit, but it's a potion, a journal of cataloged potions.
It's the book we had in Frozen Frontier at the end that we couldn't read. Probably. The same book.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes, or a similar book.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yes.
Is the dais behind the glass, or can I flip through the...
No, you can flip through it. The book is called Encyclopedia Magica, Potions, Oils, and Inks.
Okay.
And you can flip through the book, and it just describes various potions in pretty good detail.
Enough where I could make them if I had this book.
Enough that you could easily identify them, and there are sort of instructions for making potions as well. That will be a longer process and might involve some checks and whatnot, but you've got a base to work with at least. Yeah.
Okay. How big is this room? How much empty spaces are on the ground?
It's maybe 15 across. The bottom, or the middle of the room is at the lowest point, maybe 10 feet or 8 feet across, and then there's like a step up on all sides and a step up on all sides, so kind of like an inverted step pyramid with the bookshelves and the trinkets on the walls. You will also see 3 wands in a delicate glass case on top of some like crushed black velvet cloth. The
Any
case
labels?
has glass all around it. Any what's?
Any labels on them?
On the wands.
Labels? Yes, there are. There's a nice little brass placard placed at the top of one that says in Old Akuban, magic detection. One in Old Akuban that says size alteration. And one in Old Akuban that says wonder. And on the other side of the door from this case, because this case is like adjacent to the exit door, the last door, there's another case with 2 rods, and these are behind 2 sets of glass. So like you've got the regular case with the crushed velvet below and the glass over it, and then each of these rods is within its own perfect glass case. Like all 6 sides are glass, and each of the rods has a label, or there's one label between the 2 rods that says Rod of Cancellation.
There's one marker for the 2 rods.
Yes, and it's placed right between the 2 of them.
Okay.
Additionally, there are golden trinkets lying around. There's some bags with money and gems in them. There's an indeterminable amount of wealth. Quite a bit, though.
Quite a bit.
At the back of the room, one more door, and all it says on it is Falstaff.
Okay, I think we at least need to get Van up and casting Nap on me before we go through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll take a day.
Not a day. It takes a whole day for him to wake up from being 0. Does it take D4 hours usually?
It takes a few hours, doesn't it?
Because
it's early in the day. We went in the morning. Yeah, and we went in the morning, right?
And you did nap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how that affects it, but...
That's 1 hour, so it would have just been an extra hour after waking up, probably at like 7 a.m.
So...
I would guess like the fight probably did not happen past noon. So like it's still probably midday by the time Van is going to wake up.
Do you wake up the next morning? I don't know if it says anything either.
No, I don't. I'll check right now, but I don't think it says you're out for the rest of the day. I think it says you're like kind of in a state where you can't do much. Like you're not really in a combat ready state after waking up naturally.
Let's see. Injury, death, wounds, special damage, character death. Where is the optional?
Yeah, I'm looking for the death saves.
Is that in the DMG? Where they do
No,
the
it's in the player's
rule?
handbook, I think. Or it could be in the DMG. Actually, you're right.
Special damage, falling, paralysis, poison, wounds. Maybe it's actually in the combat.
It's definitely in the core
tactics.
rulebooks.
Here we go. Hovering on
ten-
death's door. Yeah,
There we
page 104 of the DMG.
Perfect.
Let's see. Until he has had time to gain at least 1 day of rest. No, but that's for magic healing.
Yeah.
Until such a time he's weak and feeble. Blah 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 blah.
I think. Yeah, and then it depends on quick thinking. Again, before he gets to -10, remains conscious, unconscious, and vulnerable to damage. Cure spell.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a day for you.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a day. But in the morning when you wake up, you can memorize spells, which will be fine because your spells are wiped for now.
Yeah, well, I think we didn't do that because we realized that we could use that to game the system and clear out spells. Unless you're cool with people just clearing out spells.
Right.
I mean, if you're cool with people just clearing out spells because the whole you have to cast it thing is kind of janky.
Yeah, it's kind of, I do like that, but I also it's an interesting area.
No one's actually going to say like, "Oh, I knocked them out to clear them."
Yeah,
out.
it's really clunky in actual practice.
Yeah.
No one's actually going to do it.
I think for our purpose, it's fine. You've used enough spells that you could memorize whatever you needed anyway.
Okay,
so,
sounds good.
The party will just rest. You'll hang out in the tomb and chill.
Wait for Mel and Van to wake up.
Is there any concern that there are just open doors between you and those 2 eggs?
Can we not
eggs?
close them behind us?
These doors, let's see. This door, yeah, I guess you could close the stone door.
I mean, it's not going to really work against a ghost, but...
Yeah, but they might not, like, they might not be hunting, specifically, like, they just kind of wander around, so they might not just, like... If they saw us, they'd probably attack, but if the door's closed, they might not see us as well.
Maybe I should just go through, like, it's the last room.
Do you want to
feel
like... my guess of justice is you need to take what you think you need and then justify it to Falstaff afterwards. That's my guess of what it means by justice.
Justice doesn't mean justify, though. Not really, right? I could cast
I mean,
invisibility
it's kind of this idea of like, if you're just a thief, you'll face justice, whereas if you're a person who's in great need.
Yeah, but we are in great need.
Right. So like, it's one of those things where you probably want to take shit before you go into Falstaff's tomb. Like, take what you're planning to take with you before you walk into his tomb.
But I can't take all the books and stuff.
That's too many to carry. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I need to build a circle down here if we were going to have any reasonable chance of getting out.
I mean, yeah, if you want to negotiate that with Falstaff, I guess you can go for it. We can shut the door behind us, right?
Yeah, you can shut the door.
I'm thinking, right, worst case, I go through and Falstaff kills me. Okay. Best case, I go through and you're still unconscious and I can't get you out. So it's almost like, unless Falstaff would kill the ghosts for me.
Well, what are you going to do?
Lucilla, what do you think? Should we go through or should we try and wait for Van to wake up?
He looks at Van. He looks at the door. Van. Door. He's not going to be of much use to us, is he?
If he wakes up, he might heal himself. Let me relearn my spells.
Looks around the room. It's your call, sir. I serve you.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm just going to go for it, Sean, unless you
go for it.
Really object. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I push the door open.
Right. Are you taking Lucilla with you, or are you just going in on your own?
Yeah, but I'll go first.
All right, you push it open. The stone scrapes on stone as it slides. The next room contains a sarcophagus. It's actually quite complicated. It's adorned with all sorts of metal. It's at least plated with gold. It's hard to tell how thick it might be. And there are small, semi-precious gemstones set along the edges. The top is plated in some sort of silver. And there's an embossment of a mummy on the top.
Oh, it's just, if it stops in there, I don't really want to just open it and take it. All right, is there anything else in the room? I look around with the lightstone.
There are some carvings on the back wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I never worked out the exact text of these carvings. Whoops. I'm going to jot for a moment. You can vamp.
I came for the staff and it's probably in the tomb. But there's a lot of other stuff. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, is Polymorph Self run out yet? It's probably not, right? It's 3 hours.
Do you polymorph self 3 hours? Probably not, no, because you only napped for an hour and whatnot, so it's probably still fine. Yeah.
When that runs out, I get D12 HP.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but you get to heal off it.
You know, it just wasn't strong enough yet, so they had to buff it up a little.
Yeah. Whew. All right. I'm kind of tempted to open it and try and speak to him, but I wonder if I need like past life to do that, or if he'll just be there, speakable to. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Maybe past life is in one of the spell books.
It will be in Frank's spellbook, but that was back through the next room. Do I have past life? I don't think so.
Can you even speak to people with past life?
I don't know. Oh no, it's not the one that lets you see
how they died. No, that lets you like see how they died, yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking of Speak with Dead, and that has a pretty
short duration of like how long they can be.
It depends on, I think it's also a pre-spell only.
Yeah, okay.
Caster's level 1 to 7 is, no, there's no point where, you'd have to be like 20th level or something to be able to cast it on somebody who's been dead for 1,000 years.
Right, yeah, makes sense.
All right. The engravings on the back above Falstaff's tomb, her sarcophagus, not a plaque, but actually chipped into the wall, says these in Old Cuban, these tools are for your judicial use. Be virtuous.
These tools. There's nothing else in this room, though.
No.
Okay, is the sarcophagus on like a raised dais or something like that? Do you have to go up steps to look at it? Is there like a place where you're meant to stand to view it?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I take out the Gem of True Seeing and look around the room.
Ooh, interesting. You... Actually, in this room, there is nothing unusual. This room is very ordinary.
Okay.
It's just the sarcophagus and the engravings and everything, and you see nothing magical, no illusions.
So we haven't seen a staff yet, right?
No.
No staff.
All right, can I get Lucilla to stop bringing Van and Belle into this room?
Into the sarcophagus room?
Yeah. It's bigger in here, right? There's more space.
The other room's a little bit bigger. It's got like
Okay,
the open spot in the middle. This room's got like the sarcophagus in the middle.
Okay, I tell her to go back into the other room then and wait with them.
Yeah.
All right, so now looking at the sarcophagus, does it look like maybe there's an opening mechanism?
Looks like you just have to pry it off.
Other than just like pushing it off, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I say a little prayer to the dead, to Falstaff and his great works, and thank you for helping Eridon in its time of need, or Arcadia. And then I try and slide the stone off carefully.
What's your strength score?
Like 10 or 9.
You're gonna need some help with this then. You can bring in Lucilla if you want.
Okay, I kind of want to do it alone, but yeah.
Yeah,
right.
You're gonna need at least someone with 14 strength to open it.
All right, she can help me then.
Yeah. Together, the two of you can slide the lid off gingerly. Do you let it smash to the ground, or do you?
No.
No.
Make efforts to. I make efforts to like help so we can put it back properly.
Okay. You're gonna have to like probably turn it sideways then, so it will still rest at the same height.
Okay.
And underneath it is a mummified body. While the corpse itself is mummified, it is still adorned with some of the trappings it had in life. The mummy has a ring on each finger.
Stop saying mummy.
Well, it's a mummified body.
Okay.
The mummy has a ring on each finger. It has a cloak wrapped about its shoulders. It has a staff resting alongside of it. It has a dagger on the side opposite the staff.
What's the dagger? The staff look like?
Just double check. I know what I'm... Okay, that's everything here. What does the staff look like?
Yeah.
It is a staff of white oak. There is a bright brass pommel on the bottom of it. The top has a like elongated crystal, about maybe yay tall, but only so wide, made out of some sort of like it's all somewhere between white and clear, like a whitish clear crystal in it. And that crystal is like clutched. It comes up like what do you call it, like horns or sides, and the crystal rests in between with something holding it this way. So it's held from the sides and held from the bottom, and then the crystal comes up over the top of the hooks that come up.
Turning back, the writing on the wall said what specifically? The tools here are...
These tools are for your judicial use. Be virtuous.
She's probably not talking about the stuff in the treasure room. Probably talking about this stuff. Is the staff clasped in the mummy's hands or just next to it?
It is resting beside it.
Okay.
Touching it, but beside it.
All right, I reach for it.
The staff?
Yes.
All right, you hold it.
I take it out of the tomb.
It is in your hands.
Yes, the power is mine. And then I blind Lucilla. No, don't really.
You leave in Heal-Sing for Dead.
Okay, what else can I grab? The rings are on its fingers. The dagger is by its side.
Yep, and it's got a cloak around its back.
Can I get the cloak without disturbing the body too much? Can I unclasp it and pull it off?
You can unclasp it and take a moment to pull it out. It can be done.
I look at Lucilla as I'm rifling, as I grab the staff and the dagger. Does she look horrified? She knew what we were coming here for.
She's not horrified, but she's not smiling.
She doesn't read all the stuff about virtuousness and that.
She doesn't speak a Cuban.
Yeah. Okay, so I go staff, dagger, cloak, rings.
Done.
Wow. I'm writing it down. It can't be taken away now.
I think we can just rest here. There's no traps are going off. And you can spend time reading these books and examining these things. You're going to have to wait for these people to wake up before you can leave the tomb anyway. Because that bridge is gone, and so there's no way to get the bodies back until Van wakes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sometime later, Van Helsing and Bell will wake up.
Yep.
On the cold, hard floor. I think Lucilla is just resting and sharpening her sword after getting it dinged against those stone golems. Malachi is probably pouring through books. You will find that
Am I dead?
What? No, you're not dead, Van. You're alive. We made it by the skin of our teeth. Lucilla finished it off from behind. I was out of stone skin and down to my last mirror image. It was as close as it's been for a long time, my friend. We did it, though. Look around you.
Mm-hmm. Van nods over to Lucilla and says, "You have my thanks."
Oh, can Lucilla have helped me put the lid back on the sarcophagus once we've pilfered it?
Yes. Malachi, in the various books around here, you have found a tome written in a hand that is definitely not Falstaff's hand. It looks like somebody else's. If these other books are written in his hand, this is written in someone else's. And it will describe the items that he has on him.
Oh,
The
babe.
staff is his staff of light.
Okay.
The rings, one of them is a ring of featherfall. One of them is a ring of fire resistance.
Oof. Yeah.
The cloak is a cloak of displacement. And the dagger is the spirit blade that was used to kill Falstaff.
What?
That his assassin used to kill him. The assassin then was murdered. You remember this history lesson that the assassin later died, and he was buried with the weapon that he was killed with. And it is called a spirit blade.
What does spirit blade? Okay, so it doesn't say what any of this stuff does.
Well, I think the ring of featherfall and the ring of fire resistance are pretty obvious. You don't need too much for that.
Yeah.
There'll probably be some detailed descriptions in one of these books somewhere. The spirit blade is a blade that extends into the ethereal plane and will strike at a person's soul in addition to their flesh. You have seen... I don't remember where it showed up. I think it was either at the end of Fro or somewhere in Hobo. We saw another similar weapon, which we've been calling a different name. This will do 1d8 damage versus living creatures, will partially phase you, so you take 1 less point of damage from all weapons and attacks and everything.
So it's like Grimes's sword.
Yeah, he has a spirit blade, but we've been calling it, I think, a phase sword or something.
Yeah, phase.
But its technical term is a spirit blade.
Okay, the featherfall and fire resistance, do they have to be cast, or is that just permanent?
Permanent, persistent effect.
Oh, yeah.
The wearer has.
Okay, what about the staff then?
The Staff of Light.
Oh my god.
The Staff of Light. It will shine with light at will.
Okay.
It will negate darkness or shadows. It'll negate magical darkness with a touch of the staff. Permanently. This is not a feature you can turn off. The staff cannot exist in magical darkness.
Okay.
A wave of the staff will light candles, torches, braziers, campfires, any sort of lit, ready to go fire can instantly be turned on in a large area of effect with the staff.
Okay. That's pretty sweet.
It has a ray of light. It's a single target effect that will blind a person for 2d6 turns or permanently blind them. The wielder's choice. And you get one of these per day.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we're not done.
Oh, we're not done. Okay.
Nope, more abilities. If you thud the staff on the ground, it will illuminate all grounded creatures as if they were standing in full daylight.
Wow.
That effect will last for 10 minutes. It affects everything in a 120-foot radius. You get 2 of them a day. So if you're in a darkened area, you can hit your staff on the ground. All creatures within 120 feet will look like they will emit light as if they are in full daylight, making it easy to spot creatures. But they have to be connected to the ground in some way. Something flying or jumping at the exact right moment would not be affected. And then the last ability of the Staff of Light is to fill the room that you're in and all adjacent rooms with light, and you get 4 of those per day.
Okay. All right. So, I think I want to try and make a teleportation circle.
Okay. You don't have the gold or silver to do it. There is gold and silver in the tomb.
I just need silver, really, not gold.
Okay, you'd need a way to powder it or something. Or break it down. Do you have?
I don't. Sorry. So in the spell description, we said that you place the silver in the circle, and then when you cast the spell, it melts and fills the circle. And so I think I can do it with coins or.
Sure. You'll need a stonemason to help carve the lines, I think, or something, because the only ground here is stone, so you're gonna need to work it into it.
Did you say a stonemason?
Do we have a stonemason on hand?
Yeah, we do actually. We do have a stonemason, yeah.
Well, then that's going to be not as difficult of a problem as it would be.
So I think we can work over the next day to do that. And then we can just... I think I'll leave all the books here, perhaps, and then I can just... If I've got a circle, I can just come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so having memorized some spells, I'm going to start throwing out some healing here.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, I'm just going to give you 1 right now, because I've got a lot more healing to do to myself.
I only need 1, probably.
So you get 6 hits points back.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm going to start with Lucilla. So she's going to get another 12. All right, so I got 3 lights and 2 moderates left. So she goes up 12, which brings her to 19. Belle and I are both at 1, right?
Yes.
All right, Belle's going to get another 15. So she'll go up to 16. And then I'm going to give myself 3d8. And I will go up to 9. And then I'm gonna drop an efficacious monster ward around myself and go to sleep with a nap spell.
Okay, my polymorph runs out and I heal from another d12, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I drop an efficacious monster ward so that if these ghosts try to come in, they can't enter my circle. Let me see how big the space is for that.
Nice.
10-foot cube per level, so I can cover probably this whole room, because I assume it's less than 80 feet on a side?
Yes.
Yeah, so I cover this whole room in an efficacious monster ward.
All right. Your nap is unmolested.
Cool. Oh, that wouldn't last the whole nap anyways. I would have had to use Ethereal Barrier, but I didn't want to use the 2nd level spell slot. Okay, and then I rememorize all my spells. We're going to go through another round of healing.
Have we slept? Have we slept tonight?
This is the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can relearn as well.
Should be 10.
Yes, Lucilla would have taken watch so you can memorize spells.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna... Oh, right. It's the thing that's called Body Block. All right, so we're gonna go and do another 2d10 plus 2 to Lucilla. She gets another 14. 2d10 plus 2 to Belle. She gets 19. All right, so they're doing good. So she's up to 33. She's up to 35. Okay, so they're pretty close to full. I'm going to go and do 3d8 on me and leave 1 as a float for now. So I get another 13. Okay, so that brings me up to 22. So I just need to not tank for a little while. Okay, and then I want to use a spell here called No Age, and I would like to use that on the Staff of Light.
Oh, nice.
You're gonna make me dig around in deep lore, aren't you? Okay. It's a great idea. I'm not at all annoyed.
Instantly know the age of any single person, creature, or object on which he concentrates. The age is accurate to the nearest year.
Okay. All right, this staff is 834 years old.
Sweet.
Wow. 838.
34.
834.
834 years old.
Light. 834 years old. Awesome.
So while you were waiting for Van Helsing to wake up, you had time to inspect some of these books.
Okay.
And sort through them. Many of the books are research notes that Falstaff was writing and keeping, and these are his personal journals. Some of them are descriptions of creatures that he's seen. Some of them have descriptions of planes. Some of them talk about identifying magical items. Some of them are just personal diaries and journals. It would take you maybe a year or so to read through everything if you were maybe not fully focused on reading it, but wanting to absorb the material well and taking your time.
So if I came here every day for a year, it would still take that long to read through everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like hard studying the entire time, you could do it more quickly, but no one can study for a year straight except for law students.
Okay. Is it organized in such a way that I could like search through for specific information, or is it kind of haphazardly?
There is some good organization to it. It'll still take some struggling through. It's not like there's a table of contents for all the books, but if you find one book, you can sort through it, and it's designed to be easy to use by someone who wrote it, so they know how to use it.
Yeah. So I'm interested in stuff that's to do with the demon plane or the shadow dragon, but I think I can maybe come back to this.
Sure.
I think I should focus on getting the circle ready.
Okay. So what is the process for creating this circle?
So I need to carve out the circle, carve in the runes, place the silver, and then cast the spell to consecrate
Do you have any materials for me to work with? Any tools?
I've got like a little chisel and a little hammer carving kit.
Perfect.
And then between us, have we got enough silver, and can we like pull enough silver together? It doesn't need to be too big, although I suppose it does need to get all four of us out. So maybe it's got to be like 8 feet or something like that. It takes a full day to carve, more or less. Probably maybe a bit quicker for Van because he's a stonemason, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe he's probably got higher standards, so he might take his time to do it right.
Yeah.
And it's also like it's good stone. Yeah, so he's gonna be like really careful with how he carves it out.
Yeah. It would be terrible to have this like really amazing tomb and then some wizards fuck it, just hammer out this shitty circle.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you gotta make it look good.
Disappointing.
And I don't know if you saw, but Frank died.
I did.
Maybe
it's unfortunate. I'll say a prayer for him. What have we found, anyways? You haven't. I saw the staff, but what else have we found?
I found a great deal. Come through to this other room where I've been reading, and I'll take you through to the treasure room. So, in here, there's these are all his spell books and his research notes. There's a great deal of potions on this wall with this book explaining what they all do. Mm-hmm. There's a wand of enlarge, a wand of detect magic, and there's a rod of cancellation, or 2 rods of cancellation over there. I'm not really sure what they do. Need to research it.
Rods of cancellation.
And then I've got this dagger. It's some sort of ethereal blade. It was used to kill Falstaff, and I'll show you the spirit blade. It says in the books that it slays living creatures. It's tearing at their soul on the ethereal plane.
It's a dark weapon.
Yeah. I don't know why they'd keep it here with his body.
I don't know. To memorialize the event, maybe?
Perhaps. The staff, though, I've been reading about it. I think it will serve us well if the Shadow Dragon chooses to attack us. Which is the reason we came here.
That's good.
Some rings of protections against fire and featherfall. And
interesting.
A cloak of displacement.
Do you mind if I take those rings? I'm not sure if you need featherfall, considering you can fly.
Yeah. I think that should be fine. Yeah, I'll give you the featherfall and the fire resistance. I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like you don't take too much brunt force. I'm gonna pass the fire resistance ring to Lucilla, actually, because I figure if we're gonna fight another fire-breathing dragon, she's probably gonna be taking point.
All right.
I think maybe I can give you the cloak of displacement as well.
Cloak of Displacement. Okay.
It's basically +2 AC and +2 on saves directed against you. Like on spells directly against you, and I'll keep the Spider Cloak.
Okay. I will throw that on, so there is no other option. So I'll just put down 22, because there's no way for me to mark it down as being from the cloak. That's okay.
The Featherfall might be useful as well if I'm ever say a Pegasus, right, and we're riding around and then
I need to jump,
us,
yeah.
I can turn into a normal bird.
What'd be really interesting to see is can I take it off and put it on to accelerate and slow down?
Yeah, I guess so. It probably would work. All right.
Interesting idea.
So we got some pretty good loot, right? +2 AC cloak that's a nice piece. And Ring of Fire Resistance, Featherfall's
I don't think we've ever found somebody willing to give us so much useful materials ever in our entire lives.
That's right. Yeah, well, like I said, I know I didn't go into it too much, but it took a lot of work to find this thing and to get the appropriate concessions from the people with the information. I don't know what to do with this sword, though. Perhaps I'll just hold on to it for now.
The Spirit Blade?
Yeah, I'll just hold on to that.
It is a dagger. It is wieldable with the dagger proficiency, but it will do arming sword damage to living things. To non-living things, it'll just do regular dagger damage.
You might want to hold on to it, Malachi. You could certainly do the you could certainly use the last resort.
Yeah, because I think it's ever been said to me, but those daggers, I was rewatching the old Hardcore Heroes a while back. I think they're meant to be throwing daggers, the +3 ones that I got from Borin's shop.
Oh, the daggers of throwing?
Yeah, so they're +3, but I think there's you mentioned in the original episode when you say it to Greg that if you want to fight with them, there'll be combat penalties to use them as a melee weapon. So
yeah,
it's probably better to have the Spirit Blade than them anyway.
Spirit Blade has an attack bonus and damage bonus of 1, by the way.
Yeah. One thing I want to do while we're here, Neal, I'm going to use extra dimensional detection.
Ooh.
Any sort of pocket dimension or extra dimensional space, the kind of thing that would be in a bag of holding, is I can see into it essentially.
Wow, that sounds like a great spell. What's it called?
Extra dimensional detection. I almost never use it, even though I love it as a spell, because it's just so rarely useful. But it seems like there's a place where we're going to find a bag of holding. It'd probably be here.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would be nice.
Any extra dimensional spaces or pockets in a path 10 feet wide and 60 feet long. I have it for 8 minutes. So I can scan a 60-degree arc each round, or may move slowly while the spell is in effect to change the sweep of the detection. Include those created by spells such as Rope Trick and those contained with items such as bags of holding and portable holes. The priest does not automatically know the size of the space or its source. Detects interplanar gates, and it can be blocked by a stone wall of 1 foot thickness or more. So I'm going to kind of walk around between this room and the Falstaff tomb and see if I can find any.
One of these bags that look like they contain coins is extra dimensional bag of holding.
Holy shit. Nice work, Van.
Well done.
Yeah. Nice. Bag of holding. All right, you can take that one. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe.
Hold on to that.
You have it.
Bag of holding has a weight to it, right?
Yes.
And then, there's a specific weight that we have to figure out.
It will hold a certain amount and it will always weigh a certain amount.
Yeah, and then those two are tied together, I think.
Right. The more it can hold, the more it always weighs. So let me just find ourselves a bag of holding here.
And I think you're going to have to roll it or something.
Yeah, why don't you just roll it? I'll just let it be random. I'm not going to pick it.
What do I roll?
A D100. Higher is it weighs more and it holds more.
It's pretty decent.
70.
Yeah.
It weighs 15 pounds.
Okay.
It can hold 500 pounds or 70 cubic feet, whichever comes
okay.
first.
That's a lot.
Bag of holding.
Actually, I think that's the best bag, because the other ones, the weight goes up a lot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The next bag is 35 pounds and only holds 1,000, and then the last one is 60 pounds and holds 1,500.
You said 15 cubic feet?
70 cubic feet.
70 cubic, okay.
Yeah, or 500 pounds.
Wait a minute, so could we just put all the books in the bag?
Possibly.
The bag of holding is, well, let's see, what size a bag of holding is it?
I don't necessarily mind leaving them here, I suppose.
I only want to take the ones that you particularly need.
Yeah.
Because it says justice, and at some point I'm going to see the thing in the next room, and I'll ask you what it means, and we'll get the these are for your judicial use.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of go over what do we need to get our shit done, and let's not loot this entire place.
Yeah, the books will not fit in the bag because the opening of the bag is too small. It's
okay.
It's about yay big.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So even when I make the teleport circle, the first casting of the spell just like makes it. I'll have to rest again to cast it to actually teleport.
That's fine.
So
I
in
can
those
make
2
water
days,
perpetually.
Yes.
can I try and look for books on the demon plane
Yes.
and the shadow dragon?
Yeah, that's where I want to start. Or is it all written in a Cuban?
Yes, it's all written in Old Akuban.
Oh, and also his spell books. Can I like
They're behind glass, as are the rods and wands.
There's no way to open it.
Give me a investigate it. Give me a perception check. Look around.
Yeah.
Mind if I help out here?
27.
Oh,
I think I'm good.
Yeah, there is a small little hidden latch on one side that will, it looks like, just snap the entire glass off that will fall to the ground and shatter. So it looks like the way to open it will break it, unless maybe you're really careful and you get one person on each side and you can carefully hold and move the glass, but...
And then you could, like, relatch it into place?
Maybe, it's a difficult glass thing to take.
If we're building a circle here, Malachi, we could always come back. Let's leave the things behind the glass for now.
Okay.
But I do, especially because if we make a circle here, this could become a home away from home of the sorts. Use this as a library. We could just study any books that are here and leave them here.
Mm-hmm. It's true. So the research notes aren't behind glass.
No.
Okay, so I can look through them for stuff on the demon plane. All right,
Absolutely.
And then also at some point I'll look through the potion book.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to end up with you giving me a list of every single potion, but
yeah,
is there anything super cool that stands out that we haven't heard of before?
To be honest, I haven't rolled for the potions yet.
Okay, I'll come back for the potions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if there's one that's like of energy drain, that'd probably be a pretty good potion for us to take.
Energy drain? Why?
Like to counteract energy drain.
Oh, to counteract energy. Yeah, protection from negative energy.
Yeah.
I think you can cast that though. You know.
I do have it. I don't know how it's gonna work because technically Neal has saving throws against it already, and normally, so in base second edition, you don't get a saving throw against negative energy, right?
Correct.
But you added it,
drain.
and I have a 3rd level spell that technically allows you to get the saving throw. So what would that do since we already have that baked into the core of the game now? Would that just be like immunity, advantage on the save? Like,
let's say advantage on the save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'd have advantage on its breath weapon. But we could also make protection from breath weapon scrolls, which might end up being just the wiser thing to do.
What do those do?
I think they just... we looked it up for the Gorgon, didn't we? How was that? Protection from petrification.
I don't remember what it did, actually.
Maybe I'm making it up.
There was a protection from breath weapon. Or maybe it was protection from petrification. I don't remember, actually. You're right.
Yeah. Acid, amorphs, cantrips.
I think you had like a shield against breath weapons that was like it would reduce damage. Yeah.
There's protection from dragon breath. Only the individual reading the scroll's protection. Protection extends to all forms of dragon breath and lasts 2d4 plus 4 rounds.
What does it do?
Protection from dragon breath. That's just
like just negates it.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's an option as well.
We could get some of them, yeah. But
okay, yeah. Anyways, we'll come back for those later, I guess.
Okay, so we've got 2 days, so I'll spend the time searching for books on the demon plane.
Yeah, and I'll be hammering out the runes that he wanted specifically. Like he'll draw me a map of like what these runes need to look like in the stone, and I'll start hammering them in.
I can show you in my spell book. There's like a
perfect
drawing of it, yeah. Cool. All right, so we spend another day or 2 here.
Yeah, let me see if I can I might have a spell that would give me more information about some of these items. I'm curious about like the lore behind them, right?
Van, you still have create food and water memorized, right?
I can create water. I'm not sure about food, but we brought rations with us specifically because of that.
Okay.
And then, like, honestly, as much as I'd rather not go without eating again ever in my entire life, I think Van can tough it out for a day or two.
You can tough it out for a couple days.
I've got rations on me anyway.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Well, you will probably eat through whatever remaining rations you guys have in this area while you're sitting here for days.
Yeah.
Can I cast Detect Magic on the second day? Just to make sure we're not missing anything.
Yes, you are not missing anything.
Okay.
All the items are before you and obvious that they are magical, except for the bag, which was with some other bags of loot, and I guess you would have figured out if you just picked it up.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Let me see if Genius and Idea would both help here, because they're normally like kind of used for situations, but you might be able to use them to evaluate objects. That's an event. And it has to be happening at the moment. Always relevant. Yeah, it's not going to help. Maybe idea would, though. A fact or event that has been forgotten over... Nah, no, I don't have anything that's going to tell us more about like the history of these items. It's unfortunate.
All right.
Well, you have many books with answers, but they're all in this old language that you can't read. Which sucks.
I
probably need Malachi's help to learn a new language, yeah.
Yeah. I do know a very good teacher, though.
Is it the dragon?
No, it's not the dragon, though. It's, unfortunately not. She's in Darcis. She led me on a Merry Goose Chase van. It was awful.
Merry Goose Chase?
Yeah, Merry Goose Chase. Oh, no.
Also,
Darcis. In Unyaka. I don't know, man. We got on really well. She had a nice smile. You know, she seemed to get me. She liked my dark, edgy side.
Did she though? Like, did she like it, or was she tolerating it?
No, she thought. Quite rightly, she thought I was a great and mysterious hero. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to convince her. If only I'd been blessed with your golden locks, maybe it'd have worked out better for me. But yeah, I left her in Nyaka. Maybe we can go back one day. It's not too far from here, actually. Just a brief 200-mile walk across the desert.
Well, maybe you're a more impressive man now than you were then.
Perhaps. Maybe I can be the light of her eye.
You do. Yeah, you do have the Staff of Light.
Yeah, just accidentally blind her. Now everyone is equally attractive. Okay.
All right. So yeah, I don't have much else to do. I guess I can do like another round of healing spells on the second day.
I'm full now, so yeah, I guess you can heal.
Yeah, I'll just heal up like Lucilla and Belle. The last.
You guys have created the magic teleportation circle, and I think it all goes off without a hitch. You will use some of the silver in this room for the parts of it, and you can return to your home.
Bontheris, yeah.
You can arrive back in Bontheris, in Malachi's studio. In his underground study. And come on out.
So I've got like a little place above the mantelpiece in the study where my old staff was, and it's been empty. And I put the new staff in the thing.
Yeah. Do you mind if I do one thing before we head back?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to offer some rights at the Tomb of Falstaff, since we're taking a lot of his shit. And like, how many dragons have we talked to at this point who had like massive magical hordes? And it's like, hey, do you have anything that'd be useful for us doing this really important shit in the world? And they're like, ha 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 ha, and then go away. So the idea of somebody like actually giving us useful tools that we can use to maybe save the world, like he's gonna go pay some respects at Falstaff's tomb.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
And at some point, I'm gonna unfailing premonition myself, just in case it's dangerous. I'm gonna go try to collect Frank's body.
Okay, you can retrieve Frank's body and head without any problem.
Okay.
The gargoyles are still dust on the ground.
Okay, and then I'll try and take him back with us.
Yeah, he can be fit with all of you guys, and
Perfect.
you can arrive back at home.
We did it.
It's a nice day. You come out of the underground lair. Jeeves is up in the top deck in the house. He's actually cleaning the house right now. He's got a mop in his hand and a cup of tea sitting on a table, and he looks a little surprised when he sees you guys coming out from underground, but gives you a stiff bow and says, welcome home, Masters Malachi and Van Helsing.
Thank
Can
you,
I get you
Jeeves.
some tea? Some
That
lunch?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, tea would be good.
You will go prep dinner. I'm leaving the floor half mopped, and Lucilla and Belle will deal with Frank's body. Where do you want to put him?
Yeah, I'll set up a funeral for him. We'll probably cremate him, I guess.
Okay.
So we'll set up like a pyre. Like we have a fairly decently sized mansion, so we probably have a decently sized yard.
Sure, you can build a pyre out there, and you can have people bring you enough firewood for a proper pyre, and you can incinerate his corpse.
Just fireball it.
Fireball's not going to burn it down to dust. You want a nice, long, hot fire to cremate. Yeah. And then I guess Frank will just be buried in the yard.
Well, burned.
Burned, ashes spread in the yard.
Yeah, probably.
It's what he would have wanted. Probably.
Yeah, you don't want to be buried unless you have like tons of cool magical stuff to bury with you. Otherwise, you just get cremated.
Yeah. Did you grab his spell book?
Well, I took his like body back with us, which would probably include his spell book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, is it mostly empty, Neal?
It's got some stuff in there. It's got the spells that you see on his character sheet.
Yeah, but is there room for more spells? Like, I'm always looking for new spell books, you know. It's expensive business.
I'll have to roll for it. How many spells does he have?
He's got quite a few, hasn't he? It's probably a whole.
But he's a
book's
fairly
worth.
low-level wizard, so.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Wait,
7,
didn't you
8,
change spellbooks to be cheap,
5.
Neal?
I think we might have made them cheaper, yeah.
Because it was one of the weirdest things about the economy was how you have level 1 wizards in the first place if they're so prohibitively expensive.
Right.
That's why Erickson went bust, because the spellbook economy was just completely out of whack. Over in Drekis, the spellbook economy.
Yeah, now that you're in Drekis,
stable.
like it's a much no. The monopoly on spellbooks was not healthy for Erickson.
Right.
Yeah.
His book is half full.
Okay, great.
There are
Great.
45 pages free in it.
That's just perfect. Almost out of space on my character sheet for items. Frank's spellbook. 45 pages.
All right, Featherfall ring. Note down. Oh wait, I guess I have control of her character sheet. Lucilla has the fire resistance ring.
Yes, someone marked that on her character sheet. I mean, if you want, you can go ahead and take a look at the 2nd edition Dungeon Master Guide for descriptions of these items and their effects. They will be detailed in the books that you found there. So do look up the exact text of Rod of Cancellation and Ring of Fire, all that stuff. You don't have to do it right now, but you'll want specifics on those, and you can find them.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that is where we will end for the day, as you guys have brought finger sandwiches by Jeeves, some iced tea, some hot tea, and wood is being stacked in the backyard for a funeral. But you're alive. And loaded.
Oh, we should do experience as well.
Yeah, I think surely. Well, I mean, talking about experience, I haven't got experience for a while. When we first started doing Malachi again, you said we might do milestone leveling, but then you started giving experience to Sean, so I don't know how you reconcile it.
Yeah, it's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
How far are you
levels.
guys each from levels?
I think I need about 35,000, which might get me there, because I think gargoyles or golems specifically are worth a lot. Most golems are worth like in the
these
8K
golems are
range
worth
or
quite a
something.
bit. I think these are 12K each, maybe.
Holy shit.
I've basically only got 9,000 XP since I last saw the Shadow Dragon,
Wow.
so it's a little.
I haven't gotten that much actually. What are you at total, Nick?
144.
Oh, you're actually
Thousands.
pretty far behind me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
at
definitely
about
been a while.
190.
It's been like 4 or 5 sessions, I think.
So we have doing this tomb, the fight in it. Oh, and the ghosts. Those are probably worth a decent amount since they're fucking terrifying.
Oh my god, this Rod of Cancellation is pretty dangerous.
Oh, what
Yeah,
does it
it's
do?
one-time use only, though.
It
Oh, really?
basically just drains a magical item of its properties.
Oh, so you just destroy a magic item?
Yeah.
Completely negate any magical item or effect permanently and forever.
Could you just like use it on a shadow dragon to destroy their shadow breath?
I don't think so. You'd have to hold it yourself somehow.
You have to stand in the way of it. It might work, might not work. I don't know.
Maybe with like protection from breath weapon to stop you from getting hit.
Do you know what? Like, low-key, what this should be used for is to track down Georg's amulet and destroy it. It's probably what...
That's probably the most virtuous thing you could do with it.
Because they were unable to destroy it, right? I think the story goes that they had to lock it away in the Shadow Realm because they could find no way of destroying it. So maybe, like that would be...
Yeah.
All right,
the thing
each
to
of
do.
you, I haven't added 10% yet, but each of you will take home 11,216 XP.
Okay.
And your henchmen will each take home 5,608.
Okay. So let me go and add that in for Lucilla.
And-
Should we just round to like 5,000 is what they've made since they've joined us? Because I haven't had their character sheet until just now.
Sure, so if they had 5,000 before, now they've gained a total of 10,608.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 10,608 plus the level 7 base for Lucilla. Here, I'll just write it down in my notepad how much they gain. So 10,608?
Yes, on top of whatever their current level is.
Yep, got it. I will add that up.
And Malachi, you've done a bunch of shit that we didn't give you experience for, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I want you to very broadly run me through everything that you've done since you hadn't got experience.
Okay. All right. So bought the mansion, right? Made some inroads with the palace there. Killed or pretended to kill a giant and resurrected one. Reopened the road to Gump Run. Then I went back. Then I was going back to Shirebrook on the boat and it got sunk. And I spoke to the elf for like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a session with Van where we killed those 2 stone giants and
Okay,
like,
did you get
saved
XP
them.
for that?
Yeah, might have got XP for that one actually. That might be the 9,000.
All right, so then we'll say no. Oh, but then you did other stuff with that XP, right? You did all your Cuba stuff? Okay, keep
Then
going.
the wizard airship, and then like the landing of Cuba, the sneaking into the king's bedroom, stealing the thing, like finding the location of the tomb, basically. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually a lot of XP there. Some of those things were huge XP buffs, so that amount is maybe a little high.
I'll
What
just
level
do
are
it.
you? You're level 9?
I'm 9, yeah.
He's going to hit 10 around the same time I'll hit 9. So
Okay.
I think he's
no, that's
around
fine.
low 200k.
Take another
Is-
55,000, Malachi.
Holy shit. You
Is that
taxed me by a
including
good amount.
10% or not?
No, it's not. So 60,500.
He might actually level.
That's
No, I don't
for like underground adventuring stuff, underwater sea stuff that you did for months. That's for airship stuff, which was huge. There were a couple of other big things. Those were the 2 big things, and there were a bunch of like 2,000 or 3,000 XP stuff. Van, did you get XP for everything you've done, or did we do some sessions where you missed it?
I think we skipped a couple things. Like, I don't think I got XP for the airship, like related stuff where we like tracked down the airship together.
Right, okay. What else have you missed XP for? What about your
So we did
run
it.
to the
I didn't do as many
demons?
sessions as Nick, so that's
Right.
kind of where I'm trying to figure things out. I did get it for doing the thing with the Mist Dragon. I did
Okay.
get that. What else have I done?
You did the whole like episode where you worked out where the souls of the people who we left in the Shadow Plane were. And we had that whole thing where we were building the pit to capture the Gorgon, do you remember?
Oh yeah, and then we did that together, which means I don't think we got XP for that.
No, but you did one session on your own first where you scoped it out, and then we did one together where we were building the pit.
Right, which I don't think I would have gotten XP for. Or no, I think I did get it for the first one, because I remember I got XP for the one where we like talked about those secrets about how like the world is actually like there's 3 different worlds and like
Right.
one belongs to the right.
All right, so
I did
Van,
get XP for that.
why don't you take home 18k then, as well?
Okay, I might actually level.
Oh,
up
nice.
that in the end. Because
Neal, it's-
I dropped about 5k, which I need to add back. It's 198, 970 plus.
It's been a long time, and I've mentioned it before, but we never remembered. But after the thing with the elf, you said that she left me a gift.
Oh,
but we'll
yeah.
work out what it was next time.
Oh god damn it! I have forgotten about that and remembered and written it down. I had a cool thing and I can never remember what the fuck the cool thing is. Let me see if I can find my notes.
Okay.
So 18,000 times 1 plus 198,970. I think I'm actually going to be a little bit short. Yeah, because
Short.
How much?
I think I'm going to be like a couple thousand short.
Oh, come on, Neal. You've got to level him up. He deserves to be level 9.
Many things that deserve to happen do not happen.
We'll have to spend the next session just slowly killing some boars to get you to level 9.
We're going to
So
get
that's gonna be a boar
We're
of a
going to kill
session.
boars.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we spend the session. Hopefully, the Shadow Dragon turns up at the end of the session, or maybe the next one after that. So there's time for you to level up. If if Shadow Dragon might not even come, it might just be fine.
What? You think it's gonna come to you and attack you
Yeah,
in your house?
I imagine we can probably find something else to do before we go deal with the Shadow Dragon, which would be good because
We don't need to
level
kill
spell
it though,
might
right? Or with it? Are you saying? Did you say last?
I think it's gonna try and kill it because it wants to kill you, dude. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's gonna come to us, but the gems aren't by the Shadow Dragon right now, where we need to harvest the gems.
They are in the mountains, the south side of the Shadow Mountains.
Yeah,
it's possible that you could do all the gem stuff without ever seeing the dragon.
Yeah,
Likely even.
Yeah, likely. If we fight it, it's going to be because it comes for us. Although, admittedly, though, Sean, the thing is, killing dragons is much easier in their layers.
That's true. We don't want to fight it when it's out. So
yeah, exactly. So it ends up. It might be like.
Well, if we can find a way to hide from it, so if we can find some sort of underground area that is too small for it to enter, that'd be good.
Yeah.
We want a retreat path when we're getting these crystals.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I would get some very useful things if I am able to hit level 9 before we do that.
Did you count your 10%?
I did.
Damn it.
Yeah, no, because I don't think I added it to my total from last session, so I think I'm about 2,000 off. Because I don't think we got. Do you know how much we got last session, Nick?
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll double check how much it is, but unless it's a little over 7,000, I'm not going to level. I think it was closer to 5.
I have no idea what that item was again. I'll have to find it again in my notes.
Yeah,
We'll see you for next session, everybody.
Yeah, I'll go check what my what the XP was for last session, because that's going to determine whether or not I do level. I don't think it was 7K, so unless it's that, I'm not going to level.
How far did you say you're off by?
Like 2,000. Because I think it was about
2,000?
5K that I didn't add from last session, so I'd be like 2,200 off.
Unless we can think of something that I
something
didn't get
that
XP for.
wasn't.
I don't know. Is
remembered.
getting married worth 2,000 experience? I don't think that's worth a full level for like a first level fighter.
No. Marrying a princess, though, Neal, is.
But if a first level fighter marries a princess, he doesn't just become a second level fighter. I think
Okay.
a wedding
Did we
is
get-
worth
did we
maybe
get XP?
500.
Okay, wait.
XP.
Hear me out,
hold
though.
on.
Hear me out. Okay, go on, Sean.
You didn't get XP for the giant session, did you, Nick?
Yeah, I was thinking that I did, but then if we got 9,000 last time, then I didn't.
Yeah, so if you're at 144, then we didn't get XP for the giant session.
Yeah, I think that might be right.
When we fought the stone
saved
giants
the line.
that we had to like shape or something.
Mentally dominated.
Oh,
Yeah, I like mentally
right,
dominated
right.
one giant, and then we killed one giant, chased down another, and then we were
right,
going,
right.
hey, you might need to like kill all of these buried giants because they want to rise up. And
You guys didn't get experience for the stone giants. Uh-oh.
I don't think
so,
so, because
yeah.
Nick says that he only got the 9K.
I had 144,000 going into this session, and I definitely added it last time.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. That must have been the 9,000 that we got last time.
Well, let's just take a look at the wiki, because I think the wiki has XP
Yeah, that's a
for
good point.
everyone's
Oh,
everything.
Oh, that's good.
Regal Goblins Wiki.
But hear me out, though, right? So you know the wedding. We said that we might go back and do a wedding session at some point. So maybe something happens in that session that's worth 2,000 experience.
I can't give you the XP for something that might happen.
Quantum experience. Something has to happen now.
Oh yeah, the Crown of Domination as well. I should have got some experience for that.
You
Forgot
got a
about
crown of
that.
domination out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How do I see the sessions? I don't usually look at the wiki.
There's a drop down at the top where it says like active campaigns, and if you
Oh,
just
sweet.
drop down to
And then I
hardcore
can go-
heroes,
oh,
it'll
perfect,
list everything.
Awesome.
Specific families of 3 giants. And for giants, spots for 4 giants. Okay, episode 41 is where. No, that's.
Oh, whoops. Crap. No. I don't want to edit the wiki.
No, don't edit it. It's too complicated.
Yeah.
I don't see stone giants anywhere in here.
I don't
You
want
mean like you
39.
don't see the episode?
They're not listed. I can't find the episode in which you fight the stone giants.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it.
So it was episode 41, you said?
Nope. I thought it was, but it's not in the end. And that's when you guys were working together, right?
Yeah. So it was the one where we started the work on the demon prison because we needed the stone from the quarry, but the quarry was out. So unless we got XP for that session, then we did miss that.
I think
it was laying.
It was
the
44,
groundwork.
episode 44.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Stone giants. Excellent. La la
Anything
la, la la la. There's normally XP mentioned.
Well,
There
I
is
don't
no
see
XP
any XP
listed.
in here. All right. How many stone giants did you guys fight?
We beat two.
Killed
We
one
defeated
and
two.
forced one to run away.
Yes,
Yeah.
and defeating is
Defeating is all we need. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, 2 stone giants.
It's got to be worth 2,000 XP now.
Hope so.
Why don't you each take home 7,000 experience points?
Yes,
I guess
level 9.
7,700 if you got your 10%.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's gonna level me.
All right. Let's do it.
700.
Let's.
So I'm at 226.
You're
470
a level
plus.
10 now? Is
That
that
makes
Level
right?
9, so I get 5th level spells. That was why this one was such a big deal. And my Thaco goes up by 2, and my saves improve. I get so much this level.
Nice.
All right. Level 9.
All right, I'll go and roll my HP here. So
This
that
is your
everyone can
last HP roll. From here on out, you only gain 2 HP per level.
see. Yep.
Well, 2 HP per level, that's a dream, where I'm saying.
Woo! 2
Get 10.
HP.
Oh, 2. Damn it.
I made a Malachi right there.
Yeah, you did.
All right, 1 5th level spell and 1 additional 1st and 2nd level spell.
Yep. Ooh, that means I go up to 6 on those. Nice.
Oh, wow. That is good.
I'm gonna write these down. 6, and then no extra 3rd level. You said.
Correct. No
So
3rd or
4,
4th.
2, and then 5th. I now have, and that's gonna be worth 1. There we go. All right.
Boom.
Now,
so
as
I
you
went up 2
all
HP.
are resting in your house, eating your Jeeves finger sandwiches, wondering how long he's going to take to come back and finish mopping the floor, but he is making tea, so it's sort of forgivable.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a small voice in the back of your head that goes, oh yeah, except for that one door that we closed, the entire dungeon is still open. The front door's open, every door in the entire dungeon's open.
I mean, it's in the middle of the desert, though, where nothing lives.
I mean,
but-
no one's ever raided that tomb ever, right? So it should be
Yeah.
fine. It shouldn't be a problem. It would be weird for something to come
We
through and find you.
We should go. We're gonna go back anyways once we've rested up because like
We can go
We
back
want to
on-
go read the
so-
books and shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah, you're gonna want to go read the books and everything. I totally get it.
Annoying, though,
Um,
until I get to level 10, I can't cast Teleportation Circle twice, so I can never go and come back in the same day. until I
I'm
get
checking
level
right now because I think you might actually level
That's all
because
right.
you passed me in experience when
10.
you
No, I need 25,000.
250. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Close.
we will end our session for today, and we will see you guys next time for some more Hardcore Heroes.
All right.
Any final words?
Is it worth mentioning scheduling? Should we try and schedule it now?
I am not ready to schedule things.
All right.
Unfortunately, I need next week free, and then thereafter it's a little complicated for a moment. So
All right, we'll work it
touch
out.
base
We'll work it
later.
out. All right.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Good night, everybody, and goodbye. If you stick around, in 1 hour we will be playing Desperate Measures.
Oh, I am going
they're
to
on
stick
their
around.
5th episode, I think. 4th or 5th episode.
Yeah, I
Okay.
watched that. I watched it this week, all of it. It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's been really fun. It has an early days Hardcore Heroes sort of vibe to it, where everyone's just afraid of everything and terrible at everything. And that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I have to say, though, I was watching it. I was looking up the Minotaur, and Neal, it's got 2 attacks.
I
Nerfed it. Okay,
don't
maybe you
think
nerfed it.
so. I have made a lot of modifications, and I think the Minotaur that I ended up using only had 1 attack.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Here we go. Because they do 2d8 or 1d4 / by weapon type. Right. So instead, I gave them a charge that does
with the
like
horns.
way more damage on a hit, but it's only usable after if you've got like enough running room, and they were in a pretty tight corridor.
Yeah, that was a close one, though. All right.
Yeah.
Just keeping an eye on them, making sure they don't slip through the net.
All right. We'll see you guys in an hour for some Desperate Measures. Goodbye, everybody.
See you later.